The roots of a Tongan culture, history, genealogy, and lineage was planted and grown in the Kingdom of Tonga in the South Pacific. That is the reason why the LDS Church, BYU, bring Tongans from the South Pacific since the 50s, 60s, PCC, Polynesian Cultural Center, from the South Pacific to bring that culture to BYU, to teach Americans and Hawaiians the Polynesian culture from the South Pacific, all the different villages at PCC, Polynesian culture. Because Hawaiians had become westernized. Their culture had been diluted by westernized and Americanized. So we need each other. That's what happened when our people start drifting away from this idea that we are related. We do not inbreed, we crossbreed. The reason Tongan people and a lot of different Pacific Islanders and Polynesians always point fingers at the royal family, the noble family, the nobilities, because they have the spotlights of being royalty. And the nobles have the spotlight of being Hawaiʻi. They want that spotlight. There's a lot of Tongans today, hundreds of Tongans today, that were procreated by first cousins, second cousins, uncle and niece, aunt and nephew, third cousins, fourth cousins, that are present today, that I've come across, who cannot speak out or to feel that shame. They smoke weed, they smoke crack, meth, drink, to numb that pain, that shame. There are Tongans, Samoans, Fijians today who exist today alive, procreated from a rape. A man raped their mother, the niece, the sister, the cousin. Now that's very extreme. These men, they deserve to be in the underworld. Because our people bring the Western ways and the Western philosophy of family. What is family in Palangi community? The society of the Palangi. What is family? What is family? Mother, father, daughter, son, aunt, uncle. What is a Kāinga in the Tongan society? Ulumotu'a, tu'asina, mehikitanga, fahu, eiki, tu'i, different ha'a wharewhisi, ha'a ngata motua, ha'a sina eiki, ha'a ngata tupu, ha'a siulanga po, different clans. You have different Tongans from different clans who knows their place in our society according to their roles and services and their duty in our society. And our forefathers, ancestors have been crossbreeding for these purposes of upholding a kala noa tuku-fakaholo, history and culture, social order and political order. And these people go overseas and then they want to come and dismantle our society. And they bring in the Western philosophy and the Eastern philosophy. Can you imagine if these people were leaders? It would not be the Kingdom of Tonga. It would be the Kingdom of Tonga. It would be a divided Tonga. That is the reason why Fahu King Tupo first ordered to start the first two education. All the Tongans who support the House of Tupo, Fahu King Tupo first, and the House of Tupo, all the clans who support the House of Tupo, Mateaki a whare Tupo, send their boys to Tupo College in Toloa. All the Tongans, different clans, who does not support the House of Tupo, but they still mateaki to live and die for Tonga, send their boys to Tonga College in Atere to train the boys who will become men, leadership of the nations and the clan, king and country, different clans. Because men has to procreate. Men, it's called to'u-tangata. Men plant the seed inside the woman's womb, or tupu-fakaholo. Samoan call it uso. If the brothers have different fathers, they're called ulumotu'a. If they have the same mother, they're called ulumotu'a, the brothers or the sisters. Ulumotu'a meaning they're going to grow up and they're going to have conflicts and tension or war. The Samoans call the seed, the offspring inside the mother's womb, fua. They call it uso. Tongans call it uho. That's the seed, fua inside the mother's womb. So they bring a Samoan woman from Samoa, she's pregnant to the Tongan, and then the Tongan woman in Tonga, she's pregnant to the Tonga, and then the Tongan woman asks, fua ahai. And then the Samoan asks, fua a, whose seed is it? That's where the word fua comes from. Fua a.
Oh.
She's pregnant, whose fua is? Fua a. Tongan practice it, fua. But what is fua? Because fua ia I loto I keto I whiwhine. The Tongan woman asked, fua ahai. Ai uho I kete whiwhine. The Samoan woman say, fua a. So if we go back and practice the words that was used from the beginning, o tala aki o taukakai, we wouldn't have this confusion that our people are all over the place on social media.